Since the reboot of Queer Eye aired 8 years ago, we have had our fair share of drama. Here's a complete rundown of all the drama from start to finish. In February of 2018, the first season of Queer Eye drops on Netflix, and we are introduced to the Fab Five: Karamo, Jonathan, Tan, Anthony, and Bobby. A year later, Anthony and Karamo revealed that during the first season, they could not stand each other. On camera, they barely spoke to each other, and off camera, they were like, "Get away from me." Karamo said that him and Anthony's personalities got along, but there was a third party who would whisper things into Karamo and Anthony's ears. Once they figured out that there was a toxic third party starting rumors and feeding them lies, they were able to sit down and hash out their issues. A bit of a time jump, but in November of 2023, Bobby Burke announces that season 8 will be his last season of Queer Eye. This is around the time where rumors started that Bobby and Tan were having issues on the show. Only JVN, Anthony, and Karamo commented on Bobby's departure post. And around this time, Bobby and Tan had unfollowed each other from IG. Us Weekly puts out an article that Bobby was asked to leave the show, which by the way is not true, which further fueled the Tan and Bobby drama rumors that Tan possibly was the one who got Bobby kicked off. In November, Bobby also starts to drop hints that he's working on a new show. January of 2024, a lot happens, so buckle up. Bobby posts the poster of season 8 of Queer Eye to his IG. Bobby tags everyone in the poster except for Tan and tags Tan's brand Shaded. But people didn't realize that Tan had his tags off his personal profile, so Bobby couldn't have tagged him. Either way, someone comments on Bobby's post saying like, "Hey, do you have issues with Tan?" and Bobby liked the comment. That comment did numbers on Reddit. Then Bobby uploads a video basically confirming that he was on Reddit, and then goes back to unlike the comment. Days later, Queer Eye wins an Emmy and everyone's in attendance. In a celebratory post for the Emmy win, Tan uploads a carousel of photos that include 4 pictures. A picture of him and then solo pictures with JVN, Anthony, and Karamo, none with Bobby, which just continues to fuel these drama rumors. Then the next day, Tan does another post, which is a group shot that does include Bobby. A few days after that, Bobby does an important interview with Variety, where one, he confirms that him and Tan did have a tiff, they're working through it, they're kind of just fighting like siblings. And number 2, that Queer was actually supposed to stop after 8 seasons, so Bobby started to book other projects. Netflix changed their minds and wanted more seasons, but at that point, Bobby was already booked and busy with other projects that he couldn't get out of. And that was it. He didn't leave because of drama, he just had other contractual obligations. In February of 2024, Jeremiah Brent is announced as the replacement for Bobby. In March of 2024, we get the Rolling Stone expose. The Rolling Stone expose basically said that the Queer Eye set was a hostile working environment. Sources came out to say that the cast was fake to each other, that, for example, JVN was a nightmare to work with, he would pick someone every day to scream at, and that the real reason that Bobby left was because of Tan, even though he just did an interview saying it wasn't, and Tan was the reason why Jeremiah Brent was brought in, and Anthony backed him up on all this. Tan uploaded a video without naming any names where he essentially says Bobby leaving and Jeremiah coming in has nothing to do with him. Jeremiah had to go through the whole recasting process and he's happy that he is joining in. In December of 2024, the 9th season of Queer Eye premieres, making this Jeremiah's first season. And everything seems pretty good for now. Now we're getting to July, August 2025, and the 10th season of Queer Eye is filming in DC. During this time, Karamo's mom comes to visit him on set, and we don't find this information out until January of 2026. But when she visited, she accidentally overheard JVN, Anthony, and Tan talking bad about Karamo. In August of 2025, Netflix announces that the 10th season of Queer Eye is actually the final season. The day after this announcement, Bobby announces his new show, Junk or Jackpot, which he ends up receiving a ton of backlash for. People were like, "Did you plan this announcement on purpose?" And Bobby even revealed that Karamo was like, "Girl, really?" the next day. But Bobby swore the date was pre-planned and Netflix could have given him a heads up. Now in September, someone brings to my attention that there has been a lot of unfollowing from the cast. So here we have Karamo, JVN, Anthony, Tan, Bobby, and Jeremiah. In September of 2025, Karamo was no longer following JVN, Anthony, or Tan. And JVN, Anthony, and Tan were not following Karamo back, so either they unfollowed or blocked each other. But Karamo was still following Bobby from seasons 1 through 8 and Jeremiah. Bobby and Jeremiah were also following Karamo back. And Bobby and Jeremiah were following each other. JV, Anthony, and Tan were also following Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was following them. But JV, Anthony, and Tan were not following Bobby, and he was not following them back. I had made a video about all the unfollowing back in September, and someone commented on my videos saying that they were having issues because Karamo was a closet Trumper. Karamo stepped into my comment section and basically clocked this person for lying on him. Things continue on to now January 2026. The air date is revealed for the final season of Queer Eye, which is January 21st. The cast is doing interviews ahead of the premiere, which Karamo is absent from. For the interview on CBS Mornings, Gayle King read a statement on Karamo's behalf. He essentially says that he is protecting his peace and that's why he's absent, and his assistant added that he was worried about being bullied. In the second interview that Karamo missed out with Jenna and Chanel read a statement from Karamo where he said that he felt emotionally and mentally abused for years. Karamo sent in a video basically with a topic of protecting his peace and also thanking the crew, executives, and the fans for the 10 seasons. In both interviews, the cast were surprised that Karamo did not show up. They had nice things to say about Karamo, but also redirected the questions back to the heroes of the show. With all this current internet buzz, Bobby posted to his IG, "How's everyone's week going? Have you seen my new show?" to the song "My Kink is Karma" by Chappell Roan. If that doesn't say a lot. That is it for now, but I do have to say, regardless on what side you take in this drama, you do have someone who has expressed having issues with mental health, so please do be kind.